Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. There has been a lot of talk recently of the possibility of new tourist visas or some sort of tourism scheme that will be opened up in the fourth quarter of the year 2020, notwithstanding the COVID-19 situation that has sort of engulfed the world. And a recent article from Bangkok Post, that's bangkokpost.com, article is titled Long Stay Visits Possible This Winter. Quoting directly, these long-term visitors would begin their stay with a mandatory 14-day quarantine and frequent virus tests in of Phuket. After 3 weeks on the island and negative test results, they would be free to travel. Quoting further, Tourism and Sports Minister Pipat Ratchakiprakan reiterated on Saturday that he supported the idea of a long-stay tourist visa for quote-unquote selected groups, and that's kind of left a little bit amorphous in the article. Quoting further, speaking at a news conference during a tour arranged for several ambassadors in Samut Prakan, Mr. Pipat said the initial visa would be for 90 days and could be extended twice more for a total of 270 days. So a couple of things going on here. First of all, as noted, selected groups is a bit amorphous. We've seen a lot of talk about the possibility of tourism. We've yet to see any real regulatory scheme be brought online. So all of these videos should be viewed for what they are. We're trying to provide updates and insight into how this is evolving, but one should not go ahead and presume that just because, for example, the tourism minister said that they may have some initiative going sooner rather than later, that does not mean it's currently on the go. As of the time of this video, we're still stuck with a very truncated and narrow subset of folks that are currently being allowed into Thailand. The most notable and the most pertinent ones for most of the viewers of this channel are O, marriage visas, and B, business visas with a work permit, education visas under certain circumstances, and possibly medical visas. But for the most part, it's a pretty narrow subset of foreigners that's going to be allowed into Thailand. What I found interesting, and quoting again, 90 days could be extended twice for a total of 270 days. Again, I urge those who are watching this video, go ahead and check out that article on the Bangkok Post website. There's a lot of insight to be found in that article, and we're just sort of pulling out these specific quotes in order to provide this analysis. So an initial 90-day tourist visa with the possibility of extending out to a total of 270 days. What this sounds like to me is what used to be called triple entry or triple sticker tourist visas. Back some years ago, we saw this a lot out of honorary Thai consulates in both what we dealt with them was in the United Kingdom as well as the United States. We saw a lot of folks who would seek what we often called triple entry or triple stamp tourist visas, where basically the consulate could only issue 3 total tourist visas in a given year, and certain applicants would just apply for them all at once. And they'd get, in essence, it was 60 days with the possibility of extending by 30 more. Then back then, you'd do basically a quote-unquote border run across the border, get another 60 days, then that's convertible for 30, and then rinse, repeat, so to speak, and ultimately you'd end up with 270 days. It looks like that sort of framework may be reinitiated or brought back online to provide sort of a long stay tourism option for folks to come into Thailand. Now, whether or not it would be possible to go ahead and convert status and gain some sort of non-immigrant visa while in Thailand, that remains to be seen. It should also be noted that the so-called triple entry scheme was largely replaced when Thailand brought online the 6-month multiple entry tourist visa, which is currently, or I should say prior to COVID, was frequently being used by folks to come into Thailand and remain here for a prolonged period of time. So we will keep you updated on this channel as these circumstances progress.